Hi all, welcome to race 4 in the F1 2015 career mode with Manor Marussia of the Will Stevens. As always guys, smash 20 plus likes, be awesome for more bonus. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and follow me on Twitter at GSLegend. We're jumping right into our qualifying lap guys, our one shot qualifying. Bahrain is a circuit I am usually seen as Mr. Consistent, and right away we're right in pole, which I very much doubt we will keep. Bahrain is probably one of the few circuits I can absolutely consistently stay within my lap times. I think on average it's usually at most about 1.2 seconds between what my best time and what my slowest time can be. I am that consistent round the track. I know it like the back of my hand. I know how aggressive to be. I know how defensive I can be at times, and it works a treat. I can work the track so well, and I'm hoping I can do it in this qualifying lap and then come the race. But I know I'm going to have to be prepared no matter what, because there is some very notorious turns, especially here. That turn especially guys, if you get it wrong there, you're going to end up in the barrier. I will say that right now. But a lot of bends you can go flat out to a good extent and not be scared in a sense. So hopefully the payoff. We're not doing too great at the moment, we're 19th, so either we've not got the pace, we're off the track there, either we've not got the pace at the moment for a one lap qualifying, or we've just not got it in terms of in comparison to the opposition, whereas the others have got a much more complete package for their car. But coming round guys, we've not moved for ages, we're still 19th, coming to DRS again. Have we got 19th? I would say we have. Jeff, yeah, it must be 19th. Jeff's not happy. Well, what do you expect, Jeff? But, like I said, 19th for our qualifying lap, guys. Bahrain, definitely a testing circuit. But in terms of how the qualifying went, guys, I would say I'm going to push the car as much as I can. 16th's got to be realistic for a start, but I think we could maybe push to about 12th again. Aim for 12th, since we're slowly progressing up there, but we're not want to be too impressive in a sense. But if qualifying showed us one thing, that we can be competitive to an extent in certain sectors and certain aspects, then we might have a complete package. But Hulkenberg, Nasser, Grosjean, Ricardo, Massa, Bottas, Raikkonen, Vettel and Rosberg and Hamilton for the top 10. Like I said, see what happens guys, we might have a good race. Our strategy is on options and then primes. That's probably a good setup, I'll go with that strategy. 4 lights, 5 lights, and we are off guys. Ericsson just inside to us, but usually the first lap usually gives us a good indicator guys for us to know where we're going to be. But we're going to shoot right down the inside right away, massive gap. Hit the bollard, have nudged Verstappen, who's fallen down in a few places, and we're very competitive already. We're right up into 13th guys after just one turn, but we're shooting down the inside again, and we're going to, no, we've not nudged Ricardo, but we have a bollard. We have one of that's away. Right, we're into 9th guys. After only a few turns we are into 9th, into points. I don't think I've actually competitively sat in the points for long. I've nudged Ricardo just a smidgen. Oh, we're coming round. I've nudged him again, I've nudged him again. We've had like 4 nudges between us, and I've took his place in 8th. I don't know how guys, but the Red Bull, oh he's blatantly hit me. Whoever's hit me behind me, that was blatant. That was suicide. Don't know what on earth happened there, but we've kept 8th. And there's a bit of a gap, which I would never have said. Whoever ran, I think it was Felipe Nasser, ran my back end. I don't know why he did that. Like, I had still plenty of braking lines, so I don't know what happened there, but we're in 8th. And we're going to push. We're not going to get 7th. But we're going to just push the car as much as we can. See what we've got for a gap. We've got a decent gap, so coming to lap 5 guys, we've got 1 retirement only so far. I genuinely don't know who it is, because it's not someone that was in front of us, and it wasn't somebody. It must be somebody behind. Ricardo's going to take us again. He's done this for the last couple of laps, but this time we've got Maldonado as well, both of them, and we're going to try and take them both again. We've snuck in between them both and taken back our 8th place. Ricardo's been fighting us for the last couple of laps, and this time they finally overtake us, but now Ricardo's pushed on into the DRS zone. He got into the DRS zone and pretty much took us from there, guys, and the car must have just had so much extra juice. We've got to pit obviously in this lap, which is maybe an ideal time. We're in 9th, so we're fairly competitive. We would have now liked to have been in front of Ricardo now that he's obviously pitting, but going for how we've done and how he's done for the first stint, we might have a bit of a competitiveness in us that we might challenge for 8th. Well, we're down into 10th, but we're not going to fault too much at the moment. So, oh, we've took a bit of a bad bump, but Verstappen doesn't have much pace. I'm going to push for 9th. I would never have said, guys, after one stint that we would, but like I said, we've had that bit of luck where Felipe Nasr just kind of caused the accident in the first lap, and that's what's kind of got us where we are, into 10th. Otherwise we might not be where we are. So we've got to thank Felipe Nasr for kind of being the difference maker in a sense. But Max Verstappen, we are going to take in the inside. We've just not got it yet. We've not got the pace to sneak out the corners, but I would say if we can get the DRS zone, we've got a chance. We've not wanted to nudge his back end too much, because then that'll potentially lose our front wing. But like I said, he's not too far ahead, but we've been very consistent and competitive throughout. So for once we've found a circuit where we actually are competitive, even with like the Toro Rossos and even Red Bull to a slight extent. Oh, he's giving me a nudge, he's giving me a nudge. Don't know why he did that. Yeah, I don't know where Verstappen is. Yeah, he's still behind. But I think he's behind. No, oh, he's further behind. I've just realised where he is. Yeah, he's in 11th now, so that's not too bad. I can't fault that. We're in 9th. Hulkenberg's in 8th. We don't have DRS, obviously, but what's going to happen here? He's pushing for me again, but he's not getting it, because we've got a slightly longer braking line to play with, which is handy. So I can't fault that. We're still in 9th. Coming to lap 12, guys, we had another retiree put us into 8th. I think it was, not sure who it is, but we've got Verstappen's pushing for me again. He's got back into 8th. We're taking it back to get us back into 8th. Oh, he's hit me! You rotten git! What the hell was that for? Verstappen's took me practically out. What on earth? Button's gone to 9th. I genuinely am not impressed. If Verstappen didn't hit me, I was probably secure for 8th. Because it was only between me and Verstappen, because we had a very good about 2.5 3 second gap, and now that has just kind of went and obliterated into nothing. Button's right at my back end, and I think about 3 or 4 other cars look like they're right behind me as well. I am now having to play ultra defensive and aggressive all in one. What on earth? Right, Button's going to have DRS, and I think everyone else behind him is going to have DRS, so I'm going to have to really hope and pray that we can just push this car enough. Button's not going to get me here, so that's fine. We're going to keep 8th for now, probably till we get to about the start-finish line. So we've got a lap and a bit to play with. Am I going to keep 8th? I genuinely am really in a worried position. I'm super impressed that I've kept 8th, but now this is more exciting than what we've done for practically the whole race, guys. Verstappen's just kind of made this race exciting just through sheer hitting my back end. We're going to go rich mix for this last lap just to kind of fight tooth and claw for 8th. Even if I get 9th or 10th, I'm not going to complain, guys. It's a point. Button's going to take us. Button's taking us. Oh, and Perez, both of them taking us, and we've kept 8th. We have been able to hold 8th. I am not going to complain. We've just been able to take them both on the outside. But hopefully from this, guys, we've got a bit of an extra gap there to play with. But how much extra to play with, I genuinely do not know. We've got to hope and pray that we can play that bit defensive enough. Going off a bit wider, not ideal. But if we can just hold off up till the end of this next DRS one, it might just help us. Rosberg in the race. So that's probably put him back to leading the overall standings. But Button, Perez, and I'm not sure who the other two behind are, but if we can... Oh, Button's trying to sneak round the outside. Oh, he's went really, really wide, and he's came and hit us as we were coming back in. That's not ideal. And that'll probably put Perez into 9th, which it has. So... Right, so we've not got too much fuel to play with, but we should have just enough on the rich mix just to get us to the finish. Perez breathing right down us, and the other 3 drivers, but at the moment I would say we might just have enough. If we can build enough of a gap, 4 tenths, that's maybe not enough. If we can get to 5 or 6 tenths, it might just give us enough. But we want to be, obviously, a second is where the dream scenario is, but we're coming to the start finish line, guys. We're going to try and play really tight, try and have to make them overtake us. And oh, was that 9th or 8th? I genuinely do not know, so we're delighted anyway. We need to see this, guys. Let's see. Oh, just have to wait and see, guys. What have we got? Yes, we've definitely got 8th. I wasn't sure, to be honest, because I was wondering why it jumped, but it shows Perez got a penalty, which made all the difference. With Button 9th, Kvyat 10th, Sainz in 11th, and Verstappen will probably be 13th or 14th, I would guess. But all in all, I am absolutely delighted, guys, with that. 4 points on all yet. Verstappen cost himself the points in the end due to him ramming at the back of me. All in all, I can't complain, guys. 4 points overall, gets us nicely into the starting up the table, up to 12. That'll probably put us up the constructors. So leave a like, guys, sub if you're new, thanks for watching, and I will see you all soon for more F1 content.